In this video, I'm going to show you how you can find a job when there are no jobs available. I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do to get yourself hired fast that don't require you to have previous working experience. Let's go. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Malaba and I'm on a mission to expose the income secrets of some of Africa's online millionaires. I want to become one of them and I want to take you along the journey. If you want to learn how to build an online business which will give you financial freedom, all you have to do is hit that bell notification, hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified every single time I create content just like this for you. Now, ordinarily on this channel, I create a whole lot of content about building income online by creating maybe like online businesses and online stores, etc. But I felt the need to create this video because it was highly requested. The truth is that mainly due to the pandemic, lots of people are losing jobs every single day. And every single year, even before the pandemic, more and more people are graduating from university with degrees. People are getting certifications and diplomas. More and more people are jumping into the workforce, or there are people who are looking for jobs. Not even talking about the millions of people who don't have any form of qualification, but they're looking for jobs. The main question around us in society right now is, where do I find a job when there are no jobs available? Traditionally, what I should be saying to you is that you should be involved in lots of networks, whether they are online or offline, in terms of people that you know, and different messaging boards where people post vacancies and they're inviting people to put in their applications for jobs. Now, this makes sense, but the problem is that there are usually tens of thousands of people who will apply. I'm sure you've seen it, that you are invited for an interview at 8 a.m. and you wake up early in the morning and you get there by 6 a.m. thinking that you're going to be the only one. And by the end of the day, 1,000 people are in that queue trying to get that same job. What's the probability that they're actually going to give you the job? Chances are high that they will choose you maybe based on your qualifications, they will choose you based on the results that you got at school, or maybe they'll choose you based on how much luck you have, or maybe they'll choose you based on how much you prayed the previous night, or maybe they'll choose you based on how powerful and strong your ancestors are, if you know what I mean. So my advice is this: rather than waiting for vacancies to be created, you create your own vacancies for yourself. Rather than waiting for companies to invite you, you actually create opportunities for yourself to choose the different companies that you want to actually work with and get that employment for yourself. So how does this work? I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can go about this. But before I show you the 3 ways, I need to ask you a quick question. What's the one thing that 90% of companies all over the world have got in common, regardless of who their customers are, regardless of where they're located? What's the one thing that they all have in common? Take some time and think about it. Did you think about it? Let me just give you the answer. The answer is that they all want sales. They all want more business. They all want more customers. And that's the thing that will present an opportunity for you to get that job that you want. Because of the pandemic, more and more companies are looking for ways to actually scale down and remain profitable by removing most of the expenses. Unfortunately, one of the things that they're now considering as an expense is having many employees, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people are losing employment right now. And so the chances of you actually getting a full-time job are less and less and less because they're releasing more and more people. So firstly, we need to come out of the mindset that we will walk back into the traditional way of doing things, especially in terms of employment. Which brings me to my point number 1. You need to learn how to do sales and be prepared to work as a commission-based sales rep. What does that mean? It means that you approach companies and say to them, I understand you're not employing people right now, but I'm willing to work with you to help you to get more clients. The one thing that all businesses right now need is more clients. And if you can help them to get more clients, you find ways to help them to grow their businesses by getting more sales, they'll be willing firstly to give you that commission, and eventually when you prove how much of value you are to them, eventually they may offer you a job. It's as simple as you are identifying a company that you want to work with. Probably it's going to be a company that you have got experience with working with before. That's if you were someone who was laid off. or maybe it's something that you studied. You approach them and you just get right there to the reception and you say, hey, I have got a list of companies, or I've got a list of clients who want to work with you. Who can I talk to so that I can present this list to them? That person, by the receptionist, man or woman, they will then refer you either to the manager or refer you to the business development officer or whoever is in charge of that. Once you get to that person, you just tell them simply, hey man, I have got some people who want to work with your business. But I was wondering, can we create an arrangement whereby if I give you these clients, I will get paid a commission? In other words, for every single client that I bring, what amount they pay to your business, I want just a percentage of it. It can be 10%, it can be 20%, it can be 30%. You are then going to negotiate that percentage with the person that you're talking to. If you need to take it to a higher level, still fine. The fact that you are willing to work on commission, they're not going to be paying you anything, they're not going to be covering your costs or anything, but you are bringing them clients, the chances are very high that they will say yes to you. And like I mentioned earlier on, once you prove value to them by bringing multiple clients to them, they probably will offer you a full-time job. I know ideally you would want to have that dream job that you studied for, but we need to be clear that the chances of you getting that type of job right now, specifically now in the immediate future with the pandemic still going on, the chances are very, very low. But you can create those opportunities for yourself by offering to help people, companies with sales. Learning to do sales is not difficult. You don't have to go and do another degree program or another online course or something. There are so many resources that are available for free online that you can just tap into and learn the skill of selling, learning how to approach different companies, whether it's one-on-one or using platforms like social media to actually reach out to businesses and then create opportunities to sell. And actually, this is a great opportunity because you don't only have to be limited to working with one company, but you can work with multiple companies at the same time, which means that you probably can make more money than they would pay you if you're working just for one company. I know that it may sound like it's small or something, like for example, if I just say maybe you approach a company and you agree to sell a specific type of product, and let's say maybe it's 1,000 rands or it's $1,000 and you're only getting 30%. If you're getting 300 rands back, it doesn't sound like it's a lot of money, especially if you only just get 10 clients. That's about 3,000 rands at the end of the day, right? Which kind of is some money. If you get 20 clients, you multiply that. If you get 100 clients, you multiply that. The thing about sales is the more and more you do it, the better and better that you get. And you begin to develop these different techniques of reaching out to more people, which means that rather than getting a 10,000 rand per month job, it just depends on how many clients you are able to bring in, how many new mechanisms you are able to use to get them clients. You can determine how much you want to be paid. It's all about your ability to bring in new clients. Just to give you a couple of resources of where you can actually learn how to sell, DJ Spoo actually has got a book that is entitled The Art of Hustling Sales. I'll link to it right here in the description. It's a good book that will help you to understand how selling works, how you can actually get clients. Vusi Temewaya talks a lot about sales. I also linked to his YouTube channel right here. The people like Grant Cardone, I put links to his website where he's actually has got a whole university that teaches people about sales. Of course, yes, for him specifically, he's selling part of his material, but he has got a free trial. I think it's between 15 or 30 days. It usually just depends on when exactly you sign up for it. In that 30 days, you can learn everything about sales from someone who has made over $1 billion in sales. He's sharing his experience and he's giving it to you for free. You can just do the trial. There are other people like Brian Tracy, like Dan Locke. There are so many people. It's as simple and as easy as just doing a quick Google search or a YouTube search, and you find out and you learn more about selling. Point number 2 is develop skills that help businesses to go online. Now, back to the pandemic again, you realize, especially if you look at statistics online, the businesses that are closing down the fastest are the usual brick and mortar type of businesses. In other words, these are the businesses that depend on you actually coming to visit them and buying their products. Because people are stuck at home and they're not visiting these businesses, a lot of these businesses are closing down because they don't have an online presence. That's the major reason. You just simply need to figure out different ways of helping these businesses to find an online presence. And examples of having an online presence are firstly having a website, having a Facebook page, an Instagram account, maybe YouTube, things that are as simple as WhatsApp. Just being able to communicate with clients, especially when they want to see the types of products that are there, and being able to find a way to buy. A lot of people are totally clueless about these things, but a lot of people who are watching this have got an idea. You spend a lot of time on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, you have got an idea of how these things work. These companies are willing to pay you to set up that stuff for them. Now you're probably thinking, I don't have a qualification in this, I don't have skills in this, I've never learned this, I don't have experience. You don't need to have qualifications, skills, or experience. You simply need to understand the process. Okay, how does a business advertise on Instagram? You simply go to YouTube and you ask YouTube, you Google that, you check it out, and then you approach a business and say, hey, I can help you to build your Instagram account. Be able to explain to them why is it important to have an Instagram account, so that you can present all your products in a nice way that is catchy and will be attractive to people. People can view those products, people can view the price, they can click somewhere there, and then it will take them to your website. Once they see your website, they will then choose to buy, and they can order or whatever, and then that way you are getting more and more customers, rather than waiting for the pandemic to end and people start coming back to you. Some people are so clueless about how to do that, and to you it might be just something that's so easy and simple that I can't really make money out of this, or I can't find a job opportunity from this. But to some other people it can be a game changer. You just need to have the willingness and the commitment to learn it, and then you can go and present yourself to different companies and actually offer it and be paid to do that for them. Now, I created a list of different services that people need right now that you probably can offer, and say that I can help you to go online. It's just a quick list that you can go through, and it will just direct you on different stuff that you can research and start offering in a couple of days to different businesses and start getting paid. If you want that list, just check it out in the description below. Click on it, download it, and just use it to your advantage. My point number 3 is start a drop servicing business. Drop servicing and not drop shipping. There is a difference. Now, what drop servicing is that it's you simply working as a middleman, connecting people who need services to people who are able to provide the services. For example, you find someone who needs a graphic designer and they need them to maybe just brand a company or something like that. You go and find someone who does that exact work and ask him how much he charges. Probably, let's say he charges $500. You then go back to the person who is looking for the graphic designer and you tell him that, yes, I can offer you that service and I'm going to charge you maybe $1,000 or $1,500. When this person agrees for you to do the work, you then come back to the graphic designer and he does the work. He does all the designing and everything. Once he's completed, you pay him his money, and then you take the graphic design work and you give it to the client, and then you make profit from that transaction. One of the best ways right now, the best opportunities that's available, is for you to present yourself. Earlier on I talked about offering online, helping businesses to go online and stuff like that. Example, website design. Rather than you building the websites yourself, you find companies that do that, and they do it at a very, very affordable price. And you set yourself up as a web design company, and then you start presenting yourself to clients, and then you are selling that service to them. You don't mention that other company that is actually doing the work on your behalf. You just mention your company, and you put your markup, you put your commission or your profit margin, whatever, on top, and then you get paid that way. This is a booming business model, and to give you an example of a company that does this at a large scale is Uber. Think about Uber itself. The owners of Uber are based somewhere in America, but when you use that Uber app, the assumption is that that driver who comes and takes you from point A to point B is probably working for Uber or something like that. In our heads, we imagine them having business meetings and stuff like that with the bosses of Uber, but they have never met the guys from Uber, the original owners of Uber. Uber is just a middleman connecting people who have got cars and you that needs to be driven from point A to point B. That's an example of drop servicing. It's something that's practiced all around the world, but now we are giving it a certain title, a certain name, and we're doing it at a small scale. So that's how drop servicing works. And I actually have a full training which is called the 0 to 1000 Online Business Masterclass, which will walk you through drop servicing, how exactly it works. And I actually teach you and show you how you can make your first $1,000 online using drop servicing. The link is in the description below. And I also have tons of videos where I talk about drop servicing on my channel. Make sure that you watch those ones. So that's another opportunity of actually finding a job, starting your own thing. You're offering services to people that need the services, and you're getting other people to actually pay for the services. So if you want to learn more about drop servicing, check out the masterclass in the link below, or actually check out the other videos in my channel. And I actually have got a full list of services that you can offer. I'm talking about hundreds of different services that you can actually offer as a drop servicer. You might be thinking, will I find something for me? I always use the example of graphic design and web design because those are things that I do on a daily basis. And so maybe you're trying to find some other thing that you are interested in that you would want to offer as a drop servicer. I've got a list. I'll put it in the same list as the one that I spoke about earlier on, the one that will show you different opportunities to help businesses go online. I'll put it in the same list. You can download it. It's in the description below. Just click on it, and then I'll give you hundreds of different ideas that you can use to start up your own drop servicing business. Okay, so those are the 3 ways that you can find a job when there are no jobs available. I now can hear someone saying it in my head right now, but no, I want my dream job. I want to go and apply for a job and get a job. I thought that's what this video was about. This video is about you being practical. It's about you understanding the times that we're living in right now. I wish I had a method. I wish I had a technique. I wish I had something I could give to you that will give you that dream job that you probably want and deserve and you wish for. But we need to be very practical about the times that we're living in this pandemic time. You need to be willing to hustle, to be working as a sales-based, a commission-based sales rep until that day when things get back to normal and you are able to get that job that you want. I'm trying to help you to get money in your pocket right now rather than waiting for that perfect day, which may never come. Yeah. So I hope this was helpful to someone. I hope this will help you to be able to move forward. That's all I have for you in this video. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified every single time I create content just like this. Make sure to check out the links that I spoke about earlier on so that you can get access to the masterclass and you can get access to that free list of different drop servicing and businesses that you can just take online. That list is for free. Just get it in the description below. And you might also be interested in checking out these other videos right here, which will show you firstly how to set up a drop servicing business, and it will show you also different methods of building income online. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.